Think It's a Game record started, I started the company probably, I want to say in like 2006. I've always been a fan of music, you know what I'm saying? So growing up, I used to, buy all the new CDs that came out, you know what I mean? So like, I've always just been a fan of music as a whole, not even just Atlanta, just music, period, you know what I mean? Or not even just urban music, just, R&B, everything you could pretty much think of. Like, so, shit, real talk, like, it was only right that that I started a label. The way I came across Trinidad was I owned a store in Atlanta called Fly Kicks, and Trinidad used to work at a store downtown Atlanta called Ginza, and Trinidad, like his store and my store, you know what I mean? Sometimes they would send people to our store, or we would send people to their store. And I never knew Trinidad to be a rapper, but one day he just came to me and he was like, "Yo, I want to rap." You know what I mean? I just did this mixtape. I want you to check it out. And I checked it out. You know what I'm saying? And the shit was dope. And so, like it was actually me and my daughter. And you know what I mean? He gave me the CD. We met at Lenox Mall, and I was like, I'm gonna listen to it and I'm gonna get back to you. And I put the CD in and we went wherever we was going and shit. Like by the time I finished, I asked my daughter what she thought about it. She was like, she liked it. I was like, I like it too. It's something different, something that I ain't never heard. You know what I mean? So I was like, I hit him back like, let's do it. He was like, all right, and shit. The rest is history. My relationship with Lucci, that's my nigga, you know what I'm saying? That's my dog. He like a little brother to me, you know what I mean? I just I damn near, you know what I mean? I just want to see him win, you know what I'm saying? Like, one of my things, just being in the music business as a whole, like, I want to empower the young niggas, you know what I'm saying? And like just show them, just because you grew up in this environment or you come from, you know what I mean, from nothing, that doesn't mean that, you gotta continue on the same route that you may have grew up in. Like shit, growing up, I used to go to jail damn near 3 times a year. I stayed in so much shit, you know what I'm saying? Like my mama thought I wasn't gonna live to see the age 21, but I took that shit and turned it around. So I mean, especially Lucci, I just want to show him and empower him to be the best that he can, you know what I'm saying? And then not only that, but show him how to empower his niggas around him, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but that's my dog, you know what I mean? I met Kwan, let me see. One day, pretty much I pulled up to my store and, I walked in and they was playing Kwan's music. And I heard it and I was just like, who is this? And it was like, that's Kwan. Long story short, I was like, damn, this music is dope. I want to meet him. I was like, shit, I was on the way to one of my investment properties. I was like, I asked whoever was working at the time, like, let me get a CD. So they gave me the CD. I was on the way to one of my investment properties. I popped the CD in. By the time I, got to where I was, got to the property, shit, I had listened to like 3 or 4 songs. I was like, damn, this nigga dope. And I called back to the store. I was like, man, shit, I want to meet him. So we ended up meeting that night. We chopped it up, and I just was like, shit, I love your music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think your shit is dope. He was like, man, I was like, what's going on with you? Like, tell me a little bit. So he was just telling me he had just got out of jail. He was just dealing with a lot, you know what I'm saying? But he just basically was like, shit, he want to be heard. So I was like, shit, I want to help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm down to fuck with you, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, what you doing? You signed anybody? You got anything going on? And he was like, I'm rocking with this dude named T.I.G. T.I.G is my partner, you know what I mean? He in the feds now for like some other shit, but T.I.G, him and T.I.G was rocking. So I told him like, shit, T.I.G is my partner. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's my homie. So at the end of the day, like if y'all rocking, then I don't, you know what I mean? I just want to support whatever. But he was like, nah, we ain't did no paperwork or nothing. But you know what I'm saying? Me and him just been kicking it. You know what I'm saying? He been trying to help me as much as he can. So I was like, all right. So I ended up hollering at T.I.G. I was like, what y'all doing? He was like, I'm just fucking with him. We ain't really doing nothing right now. And so I ended up telling Kwan, like, you know, if y'all don't end up doing nothing, like, I want to fuck with you. So he was like, all right. And they ain't end up doing nothing. I talked to T.I.G. T.I.G. was like, shit, he ain't do nothing with him. So we did a deal. I think everything plays a role, you know what I'm saying? Like if for me energy play, you know what I mean, is big. So if it's if I can't vibe with you, you know what I mean, then you know I ain't gonna do it. You know what I mean? It don't matter what everybody else says, like shit, if the vibe is off or the energy is off, then it's not something that I'm gonna invest my money or my time into. When I started thinking it's a game, I mean, I would say I didn't know what I would have, but I was a visionary, and I know that anything I put my mind to and I focus on, I'm gonna win. You know what I mean? Because I'm a winner. You know, like shit. Growing up, you know, I always had visions and I always, you know, wanted to start a record label. You know what I mean? But I didn't necessarily know all of the details or what it was, you know what I mean? What kind of wins I was gonna have, like, but you know, I knew that I was gonna be successful, bottom line.